So this month we're highlighting our wonderful employee Tonka, who works as our orders manager, and she does as our studio manager. And I've asked her to choose some glass so I can make a Murrine for Tonka. You may recognise Tonka's name because she already has, her name is already on a few products. We have a patent bar called Tonka's Dream, and we have nuggets called Tonka's Dream, because guess who came up with them?
Yay!
So why have you chosen these colours, Tonka?
Because I already done a pattern by Tonka's Dream, and I think that is really interesting colors. So I just want to add a little bit neon lavender to.
We let Tonka cut the glass. We're not sure we're going to let her cut it. I was like, you're choosing glass, you're not cutting it, Tonka, that's my job. She's actually very good at cutting glass. She's very good at helping out. Tonka's a woman of many talents who helps out in many different departments. Not only is she the queen of orders and runs all of that and makes sure you get the right products you're ordering and keeps her team into shape, she's helped out stacking pots, she helped out everywhere she's needed. So she's a woman who is everywhere. Tonka, I love the colours Tonka has chosen. In Tonka's Dream, when she first made it, that's why we called it Tonka's Dream, was just so pretty. It's such a great, it's like elegant and calm and just a really kind of lush, lots of colours. It also really reminds me kind of in a way of Croatia. Our seas are kind of so much this colour. And she likes a bit of reaction, does our Tonka? She likes a little bit of reaction. So we've got a bit of French vanilla in there. We're going to try and not have too much reaction, because in a pull, if you have too much reaction, it tends to go just brown. So we'll try and get a little bit of reaction in there, but also not too much. Going to have a think how to do this. Tonka also wants a design kind of like a tulip bluebell. So I'm drawing this out on the silk mat. This is 2 layers of silk mat, guys, rigidised, and then I can cut the shape out, and that will be the shape we're going to pull through on this pull. So I'm going to have a little think now of how to put this together in a pull, which can be Tonka's Dream Murrine for what month are we? April. It's we're thinking of going like an Easter egg shaped, but we've decided to go floral instead, and then we can think what we're going to make with that. Tonka and I are going to make a project with that together after we've done it.
For spring.
So for this project, I've put some layers of texture on the bottom. I've used 5 on this. Sometimes we use more, sometimes we use less. And then I wanted to put some other glass in. So I'm using this template I showed you before. I just fold and fold until I get a piece that fits. I've drawn my image on the bottom, and Tonka likes a bit of reaction. So I do want to put some French vanilla next to this, but I want to try and get a kind of a bit of a wavy line going in this. So what I'm going to do is to start with, I'm going to take these. Now these are called therefor serpentine formers. These are the small ones, and they're 1/2 inch wide, set of 6. And I'm going to set these up in the kiln, and I'm going to put this on it. I'm going to try and make sure they're straight, obviously, and put this on it so that these will slump into this and give me this shape. And I'm going to do another one for this, which I might put elsewhere in the pattern, so that I've just got a bit of kind of more interesting movement, and can use those and slump over those. So I'm going to put those in the kiln for today, and we can move on after they've been slumped. So I decided not to stack them, because actually I can always use frit in between if I want, but I just want the wavy line. So I think they've got a better chance of slumping better if they're not 2 pieces of glass stacked on top of each other. So we'll get these in the kiln now on a good slump temperature, and then we will see how they are and get the pull together tomorrow. So here are these out of the kiln, slumped. I had a kiln wash error. I think one of them, it does show kiln wash on it, but it totally stuck. In fact, this one even stuck because I've got cracks in it, so I'm hoping I can get it in before it all falls apart. But it will work in here quite nicely. I can kind of put these here. Because they've got the wave on them, they now kind of stand up on their own. So I'm going to put these in like here. I will probably put some like coarse frit between these 2 layers of either French vanilla or or turquoise, depending on which I decide. I'm gutted by that. I'm sort of wondering whether I can try and use it at the top here. I'll see how I get on, whether I can sellotape it and use it a bit. We'll see. And then I might smash those bits up and put them in as well, so I don't lose any glass. So I'm going to start putting this together with the other colours. Tonka reminded me this morning she wanted peacock in there as well, so we've got a bit of peacock, and we'll see how we get on. I've taken the piece of turquoise blue wavy glass, and I'm just using some French vanilla rods and putting them, using sellotape just to stick them in place, and that's going to go in like this. I'm just going to think where my French vanilla wavy piece is going to go, which is like that. Now I've made these wedges of glass. I used a piece of paper again just to work out how big I needed to make them. I made one and tested it, and then it was slightly too big, and I brought it down till it was the right size, and then I cut all the others to that size. I did the same with these because they need to be slightly smaller. And we've got in here, we've got some mint, we've got some peacock, we've got some robin's egg and French vanilla. So between the French vanilla and robin's egg, there will be a reaction, but that will be the kind of only reaction going on. So it's not massive reaction, because a lot of reaction in pools isn't so good. So now I've got my French vanilla in here, which is going like so, and I might even just use a bit of sellotape at the top to hold it in place. And then I've got one piece of peacock, one piece of turquoise, and one piece of light turquoise tint that are just going to go in like so at the top. Now I just need to make sure that this is all, you're kind of wedging it how you want. And now I've got some frits. Now I'm going to put my mask on, because I'm trying to be much better at wearing a mask where I can and looking after my health. So I hope you can still hear me. I'm taking some French vanilla frit, and I'm just going to put it in here. Now, I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top, just because it might put too much pressure on the other areas of glass. I want to put turquoise here and here, that will kind of have a nice turquoise line, but leave a reaction. It's quite hard to get it sometimes into the area you want it without it spilling over into other areas. So I'm going to fill these up slowly, and then finally in this area I want some French vanilla. So I'm just going to put French vanilla in this last area. I've got to quickly get down, because at the bottom some of the turquoise has dropped and I don't want a reaction there. So I've got to pick the turquoise out, then I can put some French vanilla in, and I'll fill this all up and we can have a look at it before it's going in the kiln. So here it is, ready to go in the kiln. I decided to add a bit of mint green in the middle here with Tonka's executive decision helping, and this can now go in the kiln, and we can have a look at how it is when it's being pulled and comes out.